Welcome to Sissues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know,
when you have sisters, you have issues.
If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Well, hello, sister. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm really struggling. I'm having a hard time getting my poop in a group right now. Hi, everybody. This is Phil, and
I'm Cher. I was just going to leave her hanging there for a second since she's already struggling. It's kind of fun to watch her.
Don't do that, because now I just have to go edit that big blank space out.
No, you don't. You have to leave it there because it makes sense when I say I just like you leave you hanging there. If the space is gone, then it won't make any sense.
I know, exactly. So
you can't do that. You have to leave it.
But I can't leave blank space.
You have to, because the blank space makes sense now. So you can't edit it out.
Well, welcome to Sissues, everybody. We're off to an awesome start. Jeez, Murphy. Well, we are back with our Outlander rewatch during this stupid Droughtlander, and hopefully, only another maybe 6, 7, 8 more months, and we should be out of Droughtlander. Well, we have to say, though, the book is being released in November, right?
It is being released in November. Yeah, and then the new season 6 will be released likely in February of 2022.
So yay! That's super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So we are on season 4, episode 13. Man of Worth. Last episode.
It is the last episode of season 4. So now you can binge watch 4 seasons and listen to us bitches while you do it.
Right, but hey, we may be bitches, but we're fun.
Well, I wouldn't suggest that they listen to us if we weren't entertaining in one way or another. They can listen to us because they think we're annoying. They can be like, hey, come here and listen to these idiots. Or they can be like, come here and listen to them. They have some kind of interesting stuff to say. Or they can just be like, I'm really alone and I don't have any friends, and I can just watch my show and listen with them and pretend that they're my friends, or something.
And we want to hear from you too. Like, we want to hear your feedback. We want to hear what you liked, what you didn't like. Because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't like, but that's okay because you're allowed to have your opinion, and we are too. So.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Yeah, tell us. Not necessarily saying we'll listen, but whatever.
Hey,
she'll listen.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, and we read stuff. We do, and we talk back.
Yeah.
I mean,
good, bad, and ugly
conversations.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, skip the recap if you're watching on Netflix, and Miss Cher will count us down. You want to go directly to when the song starts.
Right. And I will count us down. When I get to 1, you will press play. And we're going to go 3, 2, and 1.
All right.
Oh, crap. No. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
You're good.
Fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, but
you're
I think I'm a couple seconds behind because I was buffering just a little bit there.
I see.
That
yay for internet connection.
Mm-hmm. Woot,
Yeah.
woot. Yeah. So
I wonder how Skynet is going to work.
don't
Elon
know.
Musk putting all the satellites up there and get internet connection anywhere.
I'm
I'm curious.
So mine says right now, John Gary Steele. And
no, mine says Shine Fair. Well, whatever. Oh well, we're close enough. We'll get it.
So
it's always good that I'm ahead of you anyway.
Yeah, you're ahead of me for sure by about 2 seconds.
Of course I am.
Mm.
No, I'm way ahead of you.
I don't like that.
It's all good. It's
gonna bug me.
Alrighty, here we go. This makes me sad. Oh, this is gonna be a hard episode. So much happens in this damn episode.
I know. It's like boom, 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 boom. There's so much going on here. It's crazy.
I know. I don't know how I'm gonna sit still.
Well, you're not. We're gonna be, this thing here. We've got a lot going on in Canada right now because, as we know, we record these quite a bit. So this has been going on now for a while, and of course, decades. Our residential school system in Canada, they had this in the States too. However, in Canada, it's been revealed what the Indigenous peoples have been telling us for decades, that there
very
are
long time.
Yes, very long time, that there are unmarked graves at the residential school sites, which not just unmarked graves, let's face it, these are mass graves.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So the first ones were found in Kamloops, 215, and every week they're finding more and more. So, which is horrifying, healing for the communities as well. But it's something that Canada, it's one of Canada's biggest shames.
Yes, exactly.
That we're facing.
And I think everybody just needs to take responsibility. And the biggest thing the Indigenous community wants is to heal.
Yeah.
And that's how you heal, is by repenting. So let's just do this for the sake of them.
Yeah.
And
and the Catholic Church is still holding back records. The nuns are holding back records. They took personal diaries that they have, and they haven't given them. So that's something that really needs to, people have to buck up. So so those things have been happening, and and Carmen Moore is a big proponent, and so if you haven't followed her yet, start following her. Amazing person. So
they finally decided to approach the camp, and this is them approaching the camp. Which is, thank goodness they have Ian there. He has a really great dialect.
He's been learning a few of the dialects of a few of the tribes, so he's doing a good job in that regard. They're checking out what he's got going on there.
Yeah, and they're coming in as if they want to trade their goods, and thank goodness they brought that with them, right?
Yep, don't come in empty-handed.
Yeah, and don't do that. That's not cordial,
right? And you see a lot of the things that they already have, like things that they wear and stuff like that. The blankets, those are all things that would have been traded before, and those are the first people that come forward. They're the first people that step forward because they have traded before. These ladies wearing the red blankets and stuff like that. Those are things that have been traded.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and they're very self-sustaining, right? They make pretty much everything for themselves, right? So
and Ian's like, I got this I got this when I traded this guy, and any of you recognize this guy, dog face?
That's so funny. As soon as he said that, Ian's like, oh, you have him?
Yep.
Do you have him?
Yeah.
And then of course he recognizes him right away, and Carmen Moore is there as well.
Yeah. And there's Carmen Moore, the one that I just mentioned on the left, the female warrior.
Yeah. Let's see how this
and he recognizes him right away, that he's the guy that he sold him to.
Yeah.
He does not have a face that you forget easily, because he is a beautiful, beautiful man. Oh, he's gorgeous.
He sure does good by that jacket, though, eh? He looks good in that coat.
Yep.
Well,
it's a lot better than the person that wore it the first time and it did. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love their huts,
John Gary Steele did such a beautiful job on recreating these.
Yeah.
Like, just gorgeous.
And I love the fact that they used all Canadian actors for this.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a well-known Canadian actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this is the legendary Tom Jackson.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love how he approaches them. It
He's
made
just
me
so
laugh.
I like he's supposed to be this, massive, like got this solid dignity to him, and he's just kind of like meh. I don't really
Where
care.
did he learn this Western sarcasm
Right,
from?
right. And
Right?
that's what it is. He's got this swagger that's like, I'm not impressed by you. Like,
Yeah.
you
You
think your
have lovely
thoughts are
toys.
cool? Thanks.
Yeah.
You don't think we haven't been making these things out of fucking clay for 200 years?
Yeah.
Nice shiny
Exactly.
pots. Like, just uh
Jeez. Yeah. It just
mm,
cracked. The first time seen
mhm.
it, I'm like, I don't know if I buy into that. Right.
R-
But I'm sure that he, over his years has had many interactions with white people. Right.
Yeah, but
You
and
hear,
that's the thing. That's what it came off to me like, was like
yeah,
more fucking white people.
trying
Like,
to
just
impress me with your
uh
pots and
yeah,
pans.
exactly. Yeah.
I think we can make our own alcohol. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So but I really did.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, here comes they see the stone.
Yeah.
They
It's all
recognize
right.
that. And Claire's like, what? What?
She doesn't understand
No,
what's going on.
no, she doesn't.
It's Ian that has to speak up, right?
Hmm.
Huh,
Yeah.
wonder what's going on.
Hmm.
Oh, you want this? Oh, then trade him. She doesn't understand. They
Right.
don't want the stone and they don't
Hmm.
want them
Yeah.
to have
They're
him.
like, you, they're like, no, get the hell out of here. We don't need that. Oh,
And Claire keeps trying and keeps
uh-huh.
trying, right?
Yeah. I think it was the first time right now that I noticed just how tiny Carmen Moore is compared to Tom Jackson.
I know she's so tiny. Look,
I just
even
realized it. Like,
even next to Katrina, she's
yeah,
like, "Meow."
uh-huh. I just realized it because I think it's the first time I realized it, because her character itself is
Mhm.
so powerful that I never really
Yeah,
noticed. Uh,
yeah, she's so small in the sea of tall people.
right,
What is
right.
she like? Maybe
She's
five,
not
maybe
that
not
much
that much.
not that much taller than I am. She's just a little bit taller than, because like when I was talking to her, like she's like eye to eye with me. So she's probably about, 5'4".
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Murtaugh
Dun, 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 dun,
back at
dun.
River Run.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yepers.
he can get some good supper.
The-
Oh,
I
yum,
love the
yum.
Murtaugh
Like
music.
one fork wasn't good enough.
uh,
He needs two forks.
mm, Double fist
That's
at
making me hungry. I'm
supper
so hungry.
time. Uh,
Yeah. What a dining room, eh?
mm, beautiful, beautiful. I I love Colin McFarlane, who plays Ulysses, but it
Yes.
still bugs me how he's just standing there, like to the side, like
I know.
ugh.
I know. It's just one of those things you never get used to,
No, you
or
don't.
should never get used to.
No, it bothers me
Yeah.
so much. And I know people are like, "Well, it's a right hand man." No, he's not. He's their slave. Like, and then, but it's
Slave. Yeah.
free. No, still, he's still there. It just still
Hmm.
is so bothersome. Uh,
But I do think everybody does have to agree. Murtaugh definitely looks good in the older role with the white hair. Like,
I love
dang.
it. Yeah, Silver Fox.
Yeah,
Rawr. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I love their conversation.
so do I. And
It goes,
it's their band, like they have this ease between the two of them, and I it makes me wonder if that was the plan all along, or, I think maybe it was, but weren't they lucky that Maria Doyle Kennedy and Duncan Lacroix had that chemistry? Because
Exactly. But don't you find that with a lot of the couples?
mhm,
Like, Sam, like Sam and Kate, and
Cat.
then Kat, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, I find all the couples have a really nice chemistry,
Yeah.
which is very rare when you're setting up a series.
For sure. Well, yeah, because I love, you see his arms in the background with
Yes.
Ulysses right away. As soon as he felt that Jocasta was
Mm-hmm.
being affronted, his arms went straight to his sides,
Dropped.
like
Yeah,
just
exactly.
dropped. He was like, it, yeah. And he,
And then he was being so snooty to Murtaugh,
he was like,
giving him the
oh
stare
yeah,
down.
he did. It's like, it's so funny because, and making eye contact, which never would have happened, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and here we are with Fadre.
Phaedra. Oh my
I
God.
did it on purpose. I love doing that to you.
I know
Uh,
you're crazy.
mm, and
And of
Bree.
course, the story was much different in the books with Phaedra
Hmm.
than it is in the actual show.
Oh
So,
yes, for sure. Yeah, and I'm so glad that we don't have to watch that because
yes,
yeah, that was not. I did not
the
enjoy
bodice
that.
of Brianna's dress reminds me of like upholstery,
A
but it
lot
looks
of the
pretty.
Yeah, well, it kind of looks, it could be a
Hmm.
couch or
Yeah,
curtains or,
yeah.
it's that kind
Oh,
of
she got a bump.
fabric. Mm,
Looks like
uh,
she has a royal bed.
that purple bed is just fucking gorgeous. Like,
I
look,
know,
it's
beautiful.
beautiful. Mm,
I can only imagine how they feel walking away from the camp. They know that they can't leave. They're not
yeah.
going to leave without Roger. Now
Hmm.
it's just, okay, now what do we do? Right?
Yeah, it's a matter of how we figure out how to get in there and, you know,
Yeah, exactly. Well, and they let them leave. So
right.
that's the
Mhm.
first good thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
But how do you sneak into a camp like that? They have people watching all the time.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure they were feeling hopeless at that point.
And this reminds me a lot of like scenes out of the book. Like there's always those moments in the book where Jamie just knows something about Tap and he
Yeah,
gets his spidey senses are tingling,
yeah,
like it's just yeah. So and I really enjoyed that they finally did this with
yeah,
Jamie, like they finally had that moment.
yeah.
Um I love that they had the warriors come in, like she was like, okay, you're gonna do this, I'm gonna walk in like a badass,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
and this poor guy's looking up at her like, sorry, boss.
Yeah, I know. I know. But the respect, you know what? It's awesome. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like the
Hmm.
culture of the indigenous, we can't even fathom. Like you and I
Nope.
couldn't even go through it at this
Nope.
point. There would be no point
Nope.
because if we wouldn't be doing it any justice, right?
Absolutely
So,
not.
yeah.
Absolutely not.
But look at her stone cold face. Like no
Hmm.
emotion,
Yep.
nothing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
She and when I did my interview with her, that was one of the things that I went through her all of a lot of the parts that she had played before, and
Yeah.
I put together a collage of 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 her parts and like
Huh?
no,
That didn't
of the
sound
parts
right.
that she played.
Okay, thank you. Ugh.
uh, and it was unbelievable how she transforms herself, like
Hmm.
just like you can see her in so many different parts and not even realize that it was her that played them. It's amazing. And
That's
this
awesome.
is Trevor Carroll, and Trevor Carroll, who plays Otter Tooth, another amazing actor, great guy,
Yeah.
very passionate. And we
But
saw
you
it.
know what? Ottertooth made the big mistake of coming in guns blazing.
Oh yeah,
You
coming
know,
in hot.
I'm gonna save you guys from your future. But
Mm-hmm,
then he just ended up looking crazy. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So had he maybe strategically thought about it a little bit more and how,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And
it's
see,
sad.
but you know, that's the passion though, right?
Right.
He knows his people. Like they're still like it's a genocide. He's there, his
Yes.
people are facing genocide, and
Yeah.
he's desperate to save them. And that's the thing. What do you do?
Well,
And
and you
and see,
understand, right?
I asked them that if that was, they're sitting there, and I'm like, so what do you do? Like, what do you do
Yeah.
if you're faced with that, going back to your people? And he's like, I'd fucking do the same thing he did. Like, I just,
It's true though, right? But
because it's genocide. We face genocide, and you have to say, yeah, it's, do you take the chance? And can you
yeah,
imagine?
you
And
know
because oh, go ahead.
you think about it, they have overcome so much, like hundreds of years before, even white man land, they already overcame that, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no way that they could have known the obliteration that would
Right.
happen. They
Mm-hmm.
know they're strong, they know they're right, so they have
Mm-hmm.
that, right?
Yeah.
And they just couldn't imagine what
Mm-hmm.
was coming their way.
No, no, absolutely not. No. And see, we saw at the beginning where Trevor Carroll, him being in the future, sitting and
Mhm.
watching the kids playing cowboys and Indians.
Yeah.
And the truth is that they're playing, these little white boys
Yeah.
can pretend to be Indians, while these Indian children are in residential schools,
Yeah.
not allowed to be First Nations children,
Exactly.
being
Exactly.
assimilated to be white. And
Yeah.
the cognitive dissonance happening, you
Hmm.
know, while he's sitting there must have been just enraging. And that's why when he went back, he was so enraged, because, you know, he was in a time when kids were being ripped away from their
Yeah.
homes and their families to be
Hmm.
assimilated and to be, whitewashed.
Yeah. I'm
So,
glad that Claire and her are sitting down there actually sharing this story.
mhm,
It's, she was so defensive before, but
right.
she's listening to the story. They're coming to an understanding, right?
She knows that it was Ottertooth.
Yeah,
She knows that it was
exactly.
Ottertooth that she saw, who led her back to Jamie.
Right, exactly. And she feels that, Otter to that it was going to go to someone that understands, that could
Hmm.
see,
Yep.
what he was talking about,
Yep.
the
Well,
future.
she knows he was a traveler.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. And
and
she knows he did.
what a position she was put in, can
Hmm.
you help us? And she would be going against her own people. Like,
Hmm.
that's a huge decision to make,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
for the stone, all to
Hmm.
get the stone,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and to also take the same path, right? She's like
Right.
trying to help her people.
Yeah.
Uh, and
But
it's not just like Ottertooth didn't go there alone.
no, exactly.
Mm.
Well, back to Brianna and Murtaugh. So,
Da, da, da,
and
da,
she
da,
said,
da,
"Oh, I proposed to Lord John
da. He's like,
because I'm so good."
the fuck?
What?
Uh.
Exactly. Exactly.
Him and his eyebrow.
You
Uh,
know what? But it kind of reminds me of the stories that Jamie and Claire used to tell Murtaugh.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I proposed to him, but we're not actually going to get married. And it's
Mhm.
just another farce that he has to go along with. It's like, oh,
Right.
God, here we go again with
Hmm.
with his daughter now.
Exactly. He's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh. crazy.
Oh.
I wonder what Murtaugh thinks about that whole thing with Bonnet and the forgiveness piece, right?
Ugh. Well,
Just because her dad told her to, that she should.
he didn't. He didn't tell her go there.
No.
Forgive him, but what's
Yeah.
done is done.
Yeah, but he has a point. You know what? To forgive, not just Stephen Bonnet, but her own dad, and
Right.
she's like, I already have. So
Yeah,
love those wingback chairs. So pretty.
it's to be. Yeah, I love all the furniture in that room. And you always talk about the wingback chairs. Everybody fucking knows you like wingback chairs now. Okay, nobody's gonna mail you one. I love this scene with these. I know they didn't enjoy it very much. She did say, Carmen Moore did say that she said it felt really authentic, and she really seemed otherworldly at the time, like being in the canoes, and because they had people make those canoes for it. And she said, so it was really authentic. She said the midgies were mental.
Exactly. Well, I can only imagine.
But she said it was really serene and peaceful and very, really out of this world to be.
I wonder how much input they were allowed to give on set. You know what I mean?
I don't think that they needed to. She said everything was immaculate. Like, it was, they didn't, she said it wasn't something that, like, she said the production was on point when it came to costumes, set design, like language, everything. Like, everything was on point. They did their homework.
Well, and that would be something I would like to know, like, who helped them with that part of the production,
But they went to all sorts of consultants. Like, they, Oh, yeah. Roger's like, why the fuck did you bring this guy?
Exactly. Just a look on his face. Come on. We're here to make it right. Let's go. No time for talking.
Like,
and I hate that she jumped out like that, because, now, of course, he's going to see her. Damn it.
How many people did you bring? Oh, just a couple.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. We're leaving right now. And
then,
boom.
This guy does not do quiet.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. And he is hilarious in real life. His name is Gregory, and he is so fucking funny. He, in my interview with Carmen, if you go to abootlanders.com, you will see a really great behind the scenes video with him in it. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. I hate that they're, that they're hurting each other for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's hard, Ugh, that's hard to watch.
Yeah. I think he just got a blow to the sternum. He just got the wind knocked out of him. He's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I just don't want anybody to kill each other. That's just really bad.
Oh, Roger. She's awesome. She said she loved these scenes.
Oh, did she really? She enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah. She loved them. Yeah. Yeah. She loved doing the fighting scenes.
That'd be kind of cool. I'd like pretend to have a black belt and I'd be,
but no, that wouldn't be what you were doing.
Or I could have like a bow and arrow and be like Brave, like Disney Brave, Merida.
Yeah.
I could perm my hair so it's like really big red hair, big curly cues.
And here we go.
They got caught.
Surrounded.
But no, she said, it's like raising a white flag and he can't do anything about it, right? So that's so sad. And Claire, she's all teched out, like, she's like secret bumping the night or something.
Yeah. Peace, 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 peace. And now the sun's up. All of a sudden, everything's okay. We need good lighting for this. That's why.
Yes, exactly. Me
This
too.
this hurts my heart, this scene.
I know
It
they
really
drag
does.
her away.
Take her
Drag her away.
away. Oh, it made me so sad.
She will
This is
never be Mohawk again.
but see, and this is why I like it makes me hope that we'll see her again, but I don't know if we will. I really hope we do. I really
I
hope
hope
we do.
so too.
Like, I want to write Matt B. Roberts a letter and say, please bring back Carmen more because
I
she's
know, right?
amazing and we need to see her somewhere. Like, put
Well,
her
and
somewhere.
she's not part of the Mohawk, so maybe
Right.
she gets to join another tribe or something, you
Yeah.
know?
Or she shows up on the ridge or something. Like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and you white people get the fuck out of my village.
But you know what? He's being fair because he knows that it started with his own people. That's intelligent. You know, that's smarts right there. So,
but the thing is too, and he's like, no, we're keeping Dogface.
I was really surprised when Jamie stood up and said, "Take me."
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, "Oh my God!" Like my heart just sunk. You know, especially when he told Ian, "Go tell them." You know, oh my God, and he's willing to give it all up for Brianna. You know, but he knows, you know what? Hey, I'll try and escape, and I'll try and make it home.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Aww. That makes me so sad. I'm just like, how is this going to happen? I don't understand. What's going on. Like, they can't do this again. Oh my God, they can't do it again. They can't be apart.
Yeah, it's always something. It's always something with these two, isn't it?
And I'm telling you, this blew my mind.
Yeah,
it totally blew my mind because of course
he instantly changes.
Yeah,
he does. The boy, like the boy becomes the man instantly.
Like, you just right there.
Yep,
it's done. There's no longer young Ian. It's the man. Like, look at the look on his face. You have not seen that look yet.
Yeah.
You know, he's very determined in what he's saying. He did something so selfless. He's paying his penance, you know, for his part in it. But wow, that blew me away. Look at the look on his face.
Yeah.
I mean it. You don't have a say. You're going.
And like before he walked, like when he walked towards him, when he walked towards the chief, he was like, he already knew what he was doing.
Exactly.
Like, he had already made his mind up. This is how it was going to go.
Yeah.
And it is just, man of worth. And see, and that's the thing. He said that in the first episode of this season.
Yeah, exactly. It gives me goosebumps.
I know, right?
And it's just how he looked at Jamie and said, you must promise me that you are not going to come back for me.
Yeah.
This is my choice.
Yeah. That one damn tear again, man. Jesus.
I know. Everybody in their one damn tear.
Right?
It's like Outlander has a monopoly on one damn tear.
Yep.
And I bet you that's written in the script. One damn tear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard to see these guys say goodbye because he's now saying goodbye to man, you know, not just a boy. Oh my God. And I loved how he had told Jamie, you know what, don't make me break my word, because it's just as important to him as it is to Jamie, right? They're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. What a thing, you know, and I understand it from Ian's point. You know, he's seeing the whole purpose of the trip was to make it right for Brianna because of what they did, right? And if her dad were to have stayed, that would have been bad, right? So and there's Rolo. Rolo has to stay too.
Yeah.
How do you walk away? You know, how do you walk away? Like, I think that is the hardest part right there. Is turning to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's almost painful because pride. It's pride, right?
Well, and for Ian.
Well, and that's it. He walks away because Ian has asked him to.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel bad. But yeah, he totally looks totally different to me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder what they're going to do with the other guys. Beat them,
Oh.
make them carry wood, put them out in the wilderness for a month and then
Stick
let
them in
them
the
come back.
idiot hut.
Yeah, exactly. You're grounded. I love that. That looks so pretty with all the lanterns walking up
Yeah.
to the house. Mm.
Very pretty.
Good old Scottish whiskey. He hasn't
Yummy,
had that for a
yummy.
while. I'm
Yummy.
surprised they all decided to stay in the States and haven't headed back to Scotland
Why?
to build a
Still,
home in
but
Scotland.
it's still not the best place to be.
Well, no, because the English like demolished everything that they had,
Exactly.
so everybody had to build it back up again. And I can't
Yep.
even have a bite of my dill pickle because it'd be too crunchy on the
Just do it.
microphone.
Just do it.
Nope.
Have it.
No, I can't.
Have it. Do
Because
it.
then it would be like crunch, crunch, crunch while I'm trying to chew it too. So no. Then once I have one bite, I wouldn't be able to stop.
One bite.
But these guys, do you think they're just having a good old civil conversation that it's going to end that way? I think not.
Well, you know.
Typical Murtaugh and Jocasta style.
This is
It's
called
got to end
foreplay.
For them, it is, right? And she's happy to have that because I think she had a crush on him for a long time before.
That's what it seems.
Yeah. But unfortunately, you know, he had the crush on Ellen, her sister.
Yeah, but that was such a long time ago, right?
Sure.
It's unrequited love, and it was, you know,
it
was a dog's age ago. Isn't that what mom used to say? A dog's age.
Yeah, a dog's age. So funny they're getting snippy with each other.
Yep. This is called sexual tension and sexual frustration.
And she's so good at it.
Oh,
you know,
gosh.
She has this sarcasm with strength, with attitude and perseverance. And, you know, her character is incredible.
It's one of my husband's favorites.
It's like she doesn't even have a disability. You know what I mean?
Oh, gosh, no.
Because it does not get in her way at all. And it's, you know, she may have said that she was blind or whatever, but that definitely doesn't stop the character at all.
No, and it certainly doesn't hold Murtaugh back.
And I bet you Maria Doyle, she enjoyed it, I bet.
Oh,
you know? It's hard to act like you're blind.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Because it's not just a matter of just staring in one spot and talking, because you got to remember, she slowly went blind.
Yeah.
She saw for her life, right? So she knows her muscle memory, I'm sure, is still good in her eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's
Murtaugh doesn't he doesn't like shy away from it. He's like, you know, you don't grab a woman. She's not going to let you do it.
I wonder why they're showing her boudoir. Oh my goodness. Is that Murtaugh?
This shot just reminds me of the Burt Reynolds spread in Playgirl.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, only he's in a bed.
Yeah. It just, so is, I don't know, but I think Duncan Lacroix looks fucking hot here. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Well, I think he also, you know, feels good, you know, that, hey, I got to have a love scene too. Na, 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 boo, boo.
Well, he had one in the second season with Suzette.
Yes, he did.
So, you know.
And poor Graham McTavish, he got screwed at having anything, even though he was considered the ladies' man. Right? He didn't get any action on set.
No, he didn't. I wonder if he'll come back as Buck and get some finally. Probably not, though. I don't think he will.
Poor guy. But you know, the one that was considered, you know, basically the slut of all men in Scotland, and
right?
He didn't even get a smooch.
Nope, poor fella.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is good. I like this. Come on.
Yeah, same here. I was so shocked, but not surprised.
No.
You know, I was surprised that
He
Jamie
deserved
said,
it.
"Oh, let him do it." Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
did. He went
Yeah.
through
And
hell,
Claire,
and then hell,
Claire's,
and then hell again.
And Claire yelled to stop. No, Jamie's like, no, I deserved it. Come on, bring it.
I like how they paired these two shots together. You know, violence on one side, and now
Yep.
time to,
Yep.
let
Time
him
for
go too.
go through the gauntlet, and Ian's like, the fuck is going on? And he's like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
no, this time for you to go. And
yeah,
I think because Ian does speak the language to a
yeah,
like, okay, oh yeah, I think I know what's happening here. All right. And
yeah.
he's so agile, this kid. And
I know.
like, oh my gosh. No, let's go back to a beating. And Claire's like, I'm like, boys are so weird.
Idiots.
She's
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
Just Sam's face when he did that.
mm-hmm. Yep.
And now he's just hitting him with his forearms. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, Ian, get up, get up. And now he realizes, he's almost there.
Yeah.
Screw this, you guys.
Yeah.
I love how he did that, through dirt in his eye. Come on, I dare ya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well done. Look at just the in his face,
Yeah.
right?
Leapfrog.
And how he knew that he had to do that, it was like totally beyond me. Because I probably would have just kept running.
Right? Ran all the way through.
I
I'm going home.
running.
And running and running and running.
Yeah. But now he's completely accepted,
Yeah.
And out of all of this sadness, he's got a place, which is good.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard, it's hard to watch him smiling, but I understand, right?
Like but see, Ian he's always felt a kinship with the indigenous people. Like when Claire told him the story of what happened to them, he put two and two together with the Scottish people and the English and the natives and the settlers, and he felt this, he felt that connection. So it's something that I think it's not something that he's sad to be leaving his family, but I don't think he feels like he's missing something as much as he's gaining something as well.
Well, I'm glad that they finally stopped fighting, and now
I think it's just because Roger's so fucking tired.
Exactly. But now they get to have this conversation, right? Why are you here? How did you get here? All of that, right? So and I love this part where he tears up a little bit. She still loves me. She sent you to come and get me.
Right.
But Claire looks totally unimpressed. Stop it. You guys went so far to get him, and he's this was tough to play out like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love what he says here. It's a little bit extreme,
a little bit extreme for a person even that has a temper like her.
Yeah, exactly. And his questions are valid. If you didn't know who I was, then why the hell did you beat me?
Right, exactly.
Misunderstanding. Yeah, that's not a good enough answer, right? Yeah. Misunderstanding.
Yeah, I know.
But now he'll understand.
I know. I loved how there was something about the way that he said her name, Claire, like just the way that he breathed it, was just like, don't you understand how incredibly stupid that sounds? Like,
exactly.
It was just, it was.
Who would beat someone unconscious, sell them to the Mohawk, 4 months on the road for a misunderstanding? Not good enough.
Yeah. It was just like this begging her. Yeah.
And it's sad that he has to proclaim his love for Brianna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just his response right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that just makes me sick.
Yeah.
Uh,
And when he hears his bonnet, that's just,
well,
and that he knows, like their reaction that he
yeah,
knows bonnet too is also like, it almost
just
looks like
rips
he
your
wants,
heart out.
yeah, it almost looks like Roger's gonna throw up. Like he's just got this, he doesn't know how to contain his insides, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But just think of everything he's trying to absorb right now,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
They've come to rescue him.
Hmm.
Ian's gone, finds
Hmm.
out Brianna sent him,
Hmm.
that she still loves him, that she's pregnant and has been raped.
Right.
Like,
And that the baby might
holy
not be
my.
his.
How, how do you absorb all of that? You know what I mean?
And go
And
skipping happily home.
exactly,
Right.
because it's our daughter and you
Yeah.
damn well better.
Uh-huh.
Right? And
Yeah.
remember, Roger doesn't do anything
And
without
without
thinking
thinking
about it,
about it.
people.
No, nothing.
That's
Not
in
just
his
thinking
nature.
about it, overthinking it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Right?
100%. But but the thing is, we know Roger
Hmm.
always ends up doing the right
Oh,
thing,
absolutely. But he
you know?
does.
So,
He thinks about it and he overthinks it and he overthinks it and he overthinks it. And
yeah,
that's, and that's one of the things that, do we love about him? Yes. But the
yeah.
thing is too, is people are always talking about how long it took him to get there. I don't think it took him very long to get there at
I
all.
think it was like the next day. He
It
was probably
was
a day behind.
like
Like,
not even a
it took
day. I think
him
it I
no
think it was
time at all.
probably like a few hours behind, if that. Like
Yeah,
I think the main thing was,
yeah,
like, I think, yeah, he was maybe not even a full day behind them. I think the
yeah.
main thing was he didn't want to fucking go back with that guy.
Well, and I don't blame him at all,
No,
you
me
know?
neither. Me neither. Uh,
Yeah, exactly. And now Claire is, of course, explaining the whole, you know, she can't leave. She
mm-hmm.
has the baby.
Yep.
You know, she could have left prior to, but she can't leave now.
Yeah.
So, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? But I'm glad that Roger still had those stones,
Yeah.
because now Jamie can see, that he was planning on,
Yeah.
well, he was on Fraser's Ridge, for God's sake,
Exactly. That's why
you
he
know?
came there.
And Jamie should not have been questioning him at this point.
No.
He wouldn't be right there. He would
Uh-huh.
already be with Brianna,
Right.
unless Jamie didn't beat his ass,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's the hard
Jamie.
part. Just the look on his face right there. Oh
Uh-huh.
my God, that killed me.
Yeah.
He's like, that's right. It might not be my baby,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Such a
It's
good
just,
actor, eh?
he
Oh,
is. He is. He's a great actor. It's just,
how he played out this whole scenario,
mm-hmm.
he did an amazing job.
He did. He did. Just,
Yeah.
it's like gut punch after gut punch after gut punch. But he never got hit. Like
Yeah.
it was just like getting emotionally beat up. And
And it's
and it was,
true.
yeah, yeah. And
I
every
don't,
blow you could feel, right? And Jamie, shut your pie hole. Like
right?
there's, sometimes we like hearing you talk. This time,
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
thanks, Claire. It's about time. You
Yeah.
should have grabbed him by the face and pushed him away a couple seconds ago.
And that's where you see the difference in where you're from, right?
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah.
back then, you do what's right, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You make a choice right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not Roger. Roger
Right.
isn't from that time, and
Mm-hmm.
he
Right.
won't just conform because someone says, okay, you need to choose right now. That's
Yeah.
sorry, that's not going
And
to
it's
happen.
not that he's not choosing. It's
No.
that he is going through every scenario. It's not that I don't think he ever thought that he wasn't going to be going back to Brianna. I don't
Yeah,
think that was
exactly.
ever the choice.
No.
I don't think that was ever the concept. I think that it was how he was going to go back to her.
Yeah,
I
and
think it
back.
was making sure that he had all the right words, making sure that he had all the right things that he was going to say, how he was going to act and behave, how he was like, he wanted to be in the right headspace before
Yeah.
he started moving forward.
And I hate that Jamie said, you cost me a,
Yeah, boy, that I loved.
and
This
that is not the
scene.
case. I
Ugh.
know, for
Another
someone
thing,
that's never had a baby.
Brianna, you know what? Sophie Skelton gets robbed so
Yeah,
much, and it pisses me off because people complain about her acting, and it pisses me off because
yeah,
she does scenes like the rape scene. She did this scene. She delivered that
yeah.
delivery scene
No pun intended.
beautifully,
Yes.
beautifully, and they fucking cut it so short.
Yeah.
Oh, she did a phenomenal job.
Yes,
And
she did.
we only got to see 30 seconds, if that.
And you
And
see, this was hard for me. This was hard for me to see her with the baby because she left, the future as
uh-huh,
just a daughter and,
yeah,
whatever and now she's a mom.
uh-huh,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that was hard for me. I think knowing Brianna, maybe if things were different, she still would have waited a few years before
oh yeah,
thinking about having kids,
hmm,
right?
yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
And again, we go from girl to woman.
And you see, it really changed for
Yep,
me when it shows her on the couch with the baby.
right,
That for me
mm-hmm,
instantly changed
yeah,
how I saw Brianna, just like
yeah,
in the previous scene with Ian, right?
right, yeah.
Yeah. Look at Jocasta. She looks so proud.
Mm.
And
Just
isn't it funny that all of the actors they have for Jem look like Stephen Bonnet? Oh, it's
uh,
so funny.
I love that. I just love the scene where she's stroking his cheek and
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I
so
just love
cute.
it.
Now we time lapsed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're
Yep.
2.5 months
We get
later.
a couple months later.
Yeah, see, this is where I see her completely different now.
Right.
I completely see her different. So, 2 months old today.
Mm.
Look at the cutie pie. So adorable.
It's Murta, like looking at a baby, like, oh, look.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see. Oh, who's coming down the field? Who could it be? One of
oh.
them is your mom. And that
Mm,
dress looks amazing on her.
mm,
Such a good color.
uh,
This is so hard. Just the
it
look on her
is.
face, and
Mm-hmm.
she only sees them.
Yep.
And you got to remember, they left, and she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even showing yet, right?
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden they have a 2-month-old grandchild.
Yep.
You know,
Uh-huh.
and you want to talk about the grandchild, but you can't. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's more
And
pressing matters.
yeah. And see, a lot of the fans were so upset because Jamie and Claire weren't there for the delivery like they were in the books, and it was such a epic moment in the books and blah blah blah. And you know what? With the
Yeah,
relationship that Brianna and Jamie have had in the show, I
yeah,
just don't think it would have been near
yeah.
what they want. There's that one damn tear again. God. Ugh.
Well, and this was tough for me, when Jamie says he is alive, and then Claire says, you know what, we did tell him everything, but
Yeah.
that's it. What
Mhm.
else do you say?
Right.
He
Right.
decided not to come.
But
It's
they don't know
obvious.
that, but right,
Exactly,
they don't
right?
know that, and
Yeah,
that's the thing. And he's just right behind them, like he's gonna be there
yeah,
tomorrow.
yes,
Right, it's
yeah.
just, but and that's, yeah, it's just, oh, hi Lizzie, I love you, Lizzie.
I know. And it's funny, that she didn't name him at all, right? But
Right.
it makes sense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought about it. I'm like, what do you mean she didn't name the baby? But you know what? I
Mm-hmm.
get it, because she was
Yeah.
just waiting,
Right.
you
Mm,
know. And it's
yeah.
nice to see that Claire thanks Jocasta, because things didn't leave on a great note when they
Yeah.
left River Run.
Yeah. Well, I think
So
I think they have a understanding though that they're,
yeah.
family, and back then that, means a lot, I guess.
And it's so funny she didn't ask Jamie to take the baby,
Well,
because
then he did in previous scene, like in previous takes, but the baby didn't really like the same very much.
Yeah, Sam, God love him. We all know he's beautiful and he's a great human being. But Pepe's maybe not so much like Sam.
Just that one on that day, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he even looks like an awkward hugger as well.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it all depends.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, okay. So where's Stephen Bonnet? Well, I don't know. I've been gone for 8 months?
Let's say he's dead.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
he's not.
We know that he is not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And Claire, girl, you need yourself a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we know she washes, she's a pits to tits and bits cleaner. We know this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We know she pays attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
And she's
again,
like, I just want to take you home, honey. I'm going to take you
I'm
home.
glad that she didn't dive into everything that happened and all of that. And Brianna isn't asking those questions. It's just, okay, what do we do from here? Because, that's that.
It's just like, we're going to take you home and we're going to take care of you.
Yeah, exactly. And Brianna's probably thinking, I'm stuck here. I can't go home. I can't order pizza. I'm stuck here now. I can't leave. She could have left, right? But no. Yeah. So see, it's showing them having dinner, and then of course the next day, right?
Right.
Claire looks so good in this little red dress. And everybody's so quiet. I know.
She looked good. She looked good in her dirty freaking shirt and her little, like, even covered in black.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter. Marta.
Well, she's trying. Good for her. All of this in one day, and she's coming down to save face.
Yeah.
It's family anyway, right? So if you can't grieve with your family, they can help you heal. So good for her.
Well, if anybody is shown how strong they are, Brianna has. Like, she's one tough fucking cookie. That's for sure.
I agree with that. And see, we're the next day. Everybody's packing up to leave.
Yep.
And everybody's clean.
Yep, birds. Lizzie's got the baby.
Yes. And this part kind of confused me a little bit, because they're in the room by the stairs. And then when she goes bolting down the stairs, nobody see her.
Well, I don't think anybody paying attention. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I would notice if I heard.
Well, just don't show that part. That's all.
I know. And I love how she just hightails it out of there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. See, she's like on.
She knows. She knows, right?
Yep.
And that girl's got legs.
Oh my God, this girl can run. Like, those skirts are heavy.
Yes, they are.
Like, seriously. And she just hoofs her. Like, she is, like, look how fast she is running in those skirts. She doesn't lift them up. She doesn't, not like, she has strong legs. Like, there's just nothing. Aww. And I love them.
That made me cry when I seen that, because of Roger's face.
It always makes me cry. She's so, I love them so much.
And that's the first thing she says. You're here. They're talking so quietly to each other.
Because she still is like, look, Roger with his boob hanging out, slut.
And I love how my God, I don't know how she looks like she's gonna chew his face off.
Right. She should.
And she's so tiny, and you look at Richard Rankin and you're thinking, how tall is he? I wonder how tall Richard Rankin is. Or maybe she's just got on some really high heels.
No,
You know,
she
like the
doesn't. She's got
big
on little
clubbed heels.
she's got tiny little flats on.
Yeah.
I don't think he's overly tall, but I I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know. Or maybe they just
We could look
did
it
it
up.
for the scene,
He might be on her
have
tippy
them
toes.
closer to eye level. I'll have to look at that in other scenes to see how close they are in height, or if they just did it for the scene. Right?
Take me to see my son.
Aw.
Oh. So sweet.
The red coats again. God, those guys just will never
I like
go
how
away.
he pulls her back.
Yes. Because that's the last thing you want to do is run while the red coats see you too, right?
Yeah, to see what you're,
but
it shows how he goes immediately into protection mode for her again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It took all of seconds.
And now everybody realizes that there's something going on between Murtaugh and Jocasta. It's like, what is going on here?
Jamie and Claire's face are like, the fuck is that?
Exactly.
Did you just see them? Ew.
Right? Exactly.
That killed me. Killed me.
And now Governor Tryon is summoning Mr. Jamie Fraser to head a militia to find and kill the outlaw Murtaugh Fitzgibbons.
And nobody knows. Well, Tryon doesn't know.
No.
Isn't it funny that wouldn't it be funny if Tryon knew that the guy was right there in the same house with him, banging boots with his auntie?
Interesting. But now this puts Jamie in a weird kind of spot, right?
Well, you'd think. That's pretty weird.
What a way to end the series, though. Like end season 4 is on this, first and foremost, Murtaugh in the books was not written this far.
Right.
He died at Culloden. So this makes it even more interesting to figure out, okay, where do we go from here? What is Jamie going to do? Right? Totally different storyline.
Oh, absolutely. So lots of fun. Very awesome. And end of season 4.
Don't tell Mom.
Alrighty, guys, here we go. Another sister segment. This one is from Matthew on Reddit. So, Cher, take us away.
Okay, I'll try. One day I woke up and there was a pane of glass shattered by my window and nobody knew what it had done. So we ended up fixing it thinking it was just the cold because the pane was really old. But that night my sister told me that she broke the window while sneaking out to go with friends to a party. It's been 5 years and we will probably never tell anybody about it.
Okay, so have you ever snuck out of the house?
Oh, I used to sneak out of that. I think the first time I snuck out of the house was in Winnipeg, and
really?
I was like 11 years old. I don't think I ever told you about this.
No, I'm waiting.
I never told Mom. I never told Ed. Like I told my friends that knew, like Jody Smart and Gail were waiting up the street for me. And I snuck out of the house because you remember in Winnipeg, the room that I moved into was Wanda's room.
Yes.
She was in and had the front door had the awning thing over it, like the big well, you could climb out that window, land on that.
Ew. No. Oh my God.
So I was 11 years old and we went to an Aussie concert.
Wow. Okay. So I can honestly say I have never snuck out of the house, but we all know how great of a liar I was because I took after a certain Anyway.
We
So-
all we
Just
were taught
lied
how
where
to
I was
lie.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I
Mhm.
would just stay longer. And then my parents would have to search all over Winnipeg to come and find me. That's all. But I never snuck out.
Yep, no, I did that. It was like 9:30 at night, and how I got away with it, I don't know, but yep, no.
Okay,
I
and it
climbed
was
back in.
that was a really tall 2-story house.
Yep.
So just saying, at
Uh-huh.
11, yeah,
Yep.
if you seen your 11-year-old on the top, you'd be freaking out. That's crazy.
It was, and I snuck out a few times, but most of the time it was like, that was an early night because we were going to the Aussie concert. We didn't have tickets, nothing. Like, we snuck into the concert. That was my super duper adventure. I was
At 11.
11.
All right, guys. We want to know your don't tell mom stories. What did you get away with, and maybe even what didn't you want to actually get away with? So reach out to us at sissies.ca on our website, or you can go to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and send us a DM. We want to hear all about it.